another
I have
mic?
a question over here.
Okay, yes, I see.
Hi. So something I struggle with is being mindful, being in the present moment, kind of going with the flow, accepting what is, along with, all right, I want to grow, I want to be better, let me think about my future, let me shape it in a way that is in alignment with who I am. I would love to know your thoughts on planning for the future or thinking about the future, but from a mindful and truth, from like a pure mindset. How would that work?
Oh. Well, when is the only time you have for planning the future?
No.
Now, okay. So already you're ahead of the curve if you know that, because you can then drop in, and rather than fabricate a future, you can let what wants to emerge come out of deep listening, out of inquiry, out of love. So I asked the question, I framed that question before, which is, what would you, maybe I framed it slightly differently, what would you love so much you'd pay to do it? What would be your contribution going forward that you love so much you wouldn't have to find somebody to make it happen. You'd find a way to make it happen. And if it came out of your pores of your skin and your bones for a time, well, that's the price of admission or of creativity. Do you hear what I'm saying? That's a meditation practice. And if you don't know, if nothing comes to you, it's very likely that many things will come to you, and over time, some kind of uniquely powerful things might come to you. Some of it, as you see, won't come out of like happiness, it'll come out of suffering, deep suffering. I mean, Katie is a prime example. So even the suffering is not extraneous, it's part of the unfolding of pure possibility, of pure potential. So when I say that, what crosses through your heart? Right.
I just thought of finding my truth and continuing to do what I love, what brings me joy.
Did you say continue to do what you love?
Yeah.
So you're already doing what you love?
Partially, not full time,
Okay.
let's say.
But you have an intuition about what that is and how it might evolve and unfold?
Yep.
You go, girl.
It's there. Still working on it.
What's that?
It's there. Something's there.
Here, not there. Here.
Here. Yeah.
You see the separation? It's there to work on. There's me, and then there's the thing that's out there to work on, my future, when it all comes together for me. Why don't you bring it in? It's here. If it's gonna come, it's gonna come from in here.
Right.
It might come in the form of an intuition. It might come in the form of an insight. It might come in the form of a longing. But it requires deep listening. Deep listening. And also patience. You have to be willing to wait. There's a beautiful line from the Tao Te Ching about having the patience to wait for the mud to settle by itself. Which of course is a metaphor for the mind. Do you have the patience to wait for the mind to clarify by itself? So one way to do that, of course, is to have a formal meditation practice that you give yourself over to on a regular basis, not necessarily for long periods of time, although it's good to do that, and also good to go on retreat and train with a lot of different teachers, maybe in even a lot of different traditions, but to just let what wants to emerge, because the mind and the heart are open. And if you investigate, and we'll do that in the next sitting, if you investigate your awareness, since, as I said, we didn't get any training in it in school, one of the things that you can look at is first of all, is it yours? And second of all, is like, where's the center of your awareness? And where is the periphery of your awareness? Is there a boundary to your awareness? And these things, this is inquiry too. This is an investigation. It's not like there's a right answer. But when you investigate, then you're cultivating a certain kind of intimacy with the full dimensionality of your own humanity. Was that enough? Did you get?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and good luck too. I mean, how many people are interested in actually making a further contribution before you offer up your last breath? Anybody? Okay, so this is like powerful. It's really, really important. And it's really important to reflect on it and to let it come out of this sort of deep not knowing rather than out of thought, because thought will betray you every single time unless you're willing to question it every single time, and then some of your genius really takes the form of fantastic thinking. So there's nothing against thinking, but when thinking and awareness are like create the kind of different dimensions of the same container, then and of course the heart, then you're way ahead of the curve. Way ahead of the curve. And that's where, in some sense, and the word was used a lot in the things I went to this weekend, imagination, creativity. Where do they come from? A lot of it comes out of silence. A lot of it comes from not knowing, not having an agenda, getting out of your own way.